And Rosa, we'll start with you.
Thank you very much, Chairman Miller, and I really say thank you to you for the opportunity to be here this morning, and to you, Republican Ranking Member, Mr. McKeon, and I might just say to you, your comment was do no harm. We say do the right thing. I'd also be mindful that the statistics on the amount of money that women are paid on the dollar from the Department of Labor, and last I saw Secretary Chow was heading up that department, but the Department of Labor statistics have said that women are paid 77 cents on the dollar. So that is your own Department of Labor. I want to thank you, Chairman Miller and Ranking Member McKeon, and the House members are here today for stepping up and holding what is the first ever hearing in the House of Representatives on pay equity. And I'm honored to be here with my colleague Eleanor Holmes Norton. As Chairman Miller pointed out, she has a distinguished career, and there is no one who holds a candle to Eleanor Holmes Norton on bringing equity to men, to women, and to families in this nation. The very fact that it has taken nearly 10 years in this institution, and this institution to take so long to confront our nation's wage gap, I think is a sad illustration of how far we still have to go. It's long overdue, but the fact is that we are here today, and it is a welcome change. Your strong support represents the new priorities and the new direction, Chairman Miller, of the 110th Congress. How meaningful it is as well that we have gathered here and we hold this hearing this morning on this particular day. As you know, every April, Advocates for Equal Pay mark the day on which the wages paid to American women catch up to the wages paid to men from the previous year. This year, that day is April 24th. It is time to look at the calendar, and more importantly, it is time to look at our own values as a nation. To be sure, women have made great progress since the enactment of the Equal Pay Act more than 40 years ago. Today, nearly half the workforce is made up of women. Women are more likely to have an advanced degree than men, and there are more than 6 million businesses in America owned by women. But for all those gains, a significant wage gap exists. And it's my view that we have a moral obligation to understand and explain the reasons behind that gap. And we must continue working tirelessly until we have closed it entirely. According to the General Accountability Office, the GAO, the weekly earnings of full-time working women were about 3/4 of men's during 2001. The report was prepared from a study of earnings history of over 9,300 Americans for the last 18 years. Even accounting for factors such as occupation, industry, race, marital status, and job tenure, the GAO reports working women today earn an average about 80 cents for every dollar earned by their male counterparts. The issue of pay equity goes to the heart of what matters to working women today. It is about ensuring that women who work hard and productively and carry a full range of family responsibilities are paid at a rate that they are entitled to. Pay equity is not a issue, it is a family issue. In today's world, economic reality and economic insecurity mandate two-earner families where possible. In many families, the inequity of the pay gap falls hardest on our children because so many working women are the primary breadwinners in their households. In fact, nearly 2/3 of working women provide half or more of their household income. And 41% of women are their family's sole source of income. I would like to just give you a definition these days of who are the unmarried women in this nation and their economic insecurity. They are single, they are widowed, they are divorced, and they are separated. And they are people who are at the margins of our economy, and pay equity is uppermost on their minds. And shortchanging women of their due shortchanges their entire families. It undermines their dreams, it limits their hopes. And closing that wage gap has got to be an integral part of any pro-family agenda. We're going to hear this morning from the American Academy of University women. Even education does not significantly close the wage gap. A typical college-educated woman working full-time earned $9,500 a year less than a college-educated man, sending the message that no matter how hard women work or how advanced their degree, they will not be compensated fairly. Congressman McKeon, you talked about your daughters. We tell our young men and women today, our sons and our daughters, go to school, get an education. You'll have a better future. You'll be able to realize your aspirations. Well, we need to have our young women realize their aspirations as well as our young men. And your 3 daughters need to be compensated, and your granddaughters need to be compensated at what rate that they are entitled to for the job that they will do. No one should be forced to consider a trade-off between a full wage, a family life, and a good job. And that is exactly what's happening. Men with children appear to get an earnings boost, while women get just the opposite. According to the GAO, men with children earn about 2% more than men without children, while women with children earn about 2.5% less than women without children. We're going to hear this morning from a Walmart employee. And if you look nationwide, the only word to describe what is happening in their stores is discrimination. Women hold 70% of sales associate positions at the retailer, but less than a third of the management jobs. And as Deidre Farmer will tell us at the subcommittee today, Walmart systematically pays less to its women employees. And perhaps it is no coincidence that Walmart faces the largest class action lawsuit in history for these practices, with 1.6 million women in all filing suit. This is one reason, or perhaps it is 1.6 million reasons, that I have reintroduced the Paycheck Fairness Act. Yes, it is 10 years. And this is the first hearing that we've been able to have on this issue. And in the Senate, Senator Clinton has introduced this legislation to help address this problem and to give teeth to the Equal Pay Act. The marketplace alone will not correct this injustice, and that is why we need a legislative solution. The bill would require the Department of Labor to enhance outreach and training efforts to work with employers to eliminate pay disparities. It would prohibit employers from retaliating against employees who share salary information with their coworkers, and stiffen penalties for employers in violation of the Equal Pay Act. It would require the Department of Labor to resume collecting and disseminating information about women workers and create a new grant program that would help strengthen women's salary negotiation skills. Pay equity is not just another budget item to be bargained for or bargained away. It is an integral piece of the large effort we are all part of, an effort to help women gain economic security for themselves and for their families. It's a common sense issue. It affects all women and their families. By erasing the gap in the labor market, we can help families gain the resources that they need to ensure their children have access to a better future in the 21st century. We should not underestimate the power of one big idea whose time has come. And today, I look around and I think our time has come. Our time is now. And I know that you all will continue to fight for what is right and for the right thing to do. I thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and I thank you, Ranking Member McKeon.